Hey everyone, welcome back to VFX Discovery. Today, we're diving into the world of VFX, specifically the different departments that come together to create those amazing visuals you've seen in movies, TV shows, and games. We will break it down into three main phases: pre production, production, and post production. Let's get started. Before any VFX work starts, a lot of planning and groundwork is done. This is where the pre production phases comes in. In this stage, VFX teams explore new techniques, tools, and methods to figure out how they will achieve the visual effects the project needs. It's all about solving technical challenges ahead of time. The storyboard is like a comic strip of the film. Artists draw out each shots to visualize the scenes and how they look. This gives everyone a clear idea of the action and VFX required. Next is previs, where rough 3D animations of the scenes are created. This helps the director and crew see how the VFX will lift into the shots, how the camera will move, and where all the actions happens before filming begins. Now let's move to the production phase, where the actual filming happens and a lot of important materials is gathered from the VFX team. After the scenes are shot, the footage is scanned into the digital format. This digital footage is what VFX artists will work on to add effects, characters, or other elements. During filming, the crew takes high quality photos of the sets, props, and actors from different angles. This image helps the VFX artist replicating lighting, textures, and environment as accurately as possible. Sometimes, special elements like fire, smoke, or explosions are filmed separately. These are called elements and are later composed into the final shots during post-production. This is where the magic really happens and all the VFX work gets put together. Once filming is done, the VFX team begins works to blend the real world footage with digital elements. Here's how each department contributes. Rotoscoping. This involves artists going frame by frame through the footage to trace around objects or people. This process is used to cut out or isolate characters or objects from their background, so VFX can apply only to certain part of the scene. For example, if you want to add a digital explosion behind an actor, rotoscoping allows you to separate the actor from the background and insert the explosion. Paint. Paint artists clean up unwanted objects in the footages. This could be anything from removing wires, rigs, or green screens to fixing errors or blemish in the background. They essentially make the footage look cleaner and more polished before adding VFX. Matte Painters creates high-resolution detailed digital backgrounds that can replace or extend part of the set. For example, if the film is set in a fantasy city or on a distant planet, the set may only have basic structures built. Matte Painters step into a creative, vast, detailed backgrounds like mountains, skies, cities, or space environment that seamlessly blend with the real footage. These paintings can be both 2D and 3D depending on the complexity and interaction with other elements in the scene. Sometimes these backgrounds are static and other times they are animated for realism. Match move artists make sure the virtual 3D camera movement match the real camera movements. For instance, if a camera is moving through a scene, the digital elements like 3D character or objects need to follow the same movements. This ensures that the CGI looks like it's parts of the real world. This process involves tracking points in the footage, such as specific object or patterns, so the computer can understand how the camera is moving through the scene. Then, these movements are applied to the digital camera within the 3D software. Rotomation is used when there is a need to animate digital characters or objects based on the movement in live action footage. For example, if an actor is pretending to interact with a digital creature, rotomation ensures that the CGI creator's movements sync perfectly with the actor's movement. It's similar to rotoscoping, but instead of isolating live action elements, rotomation involves creating precise animation based on live action reference footages. It used to add realistic motion to CGI characters, especially for characters that are too difficult or impossible to create with real actors. Modeling. This department creates 3D digital models of everything that needs to be animated or interact with the scene. This could be anything from characters, creatures, vehicles, buildings to entire environments. These models are usually built from scratch using 3D software like Maya, Blender, or ZBrush. Once the 3D models are built, they need to look realistic. This is where texturing comes in. Texture artists apply surface detail to the models like skin, metal, wood, or fabric. The goal is to make the models look like they belong in the real world, matching the colors, surface textures, and small imperfections you would expect from real objects. Mocap involves recording the movements of real actors using special suits fitted with sensors. These sensors track the actors' movements, which are then applied to digital characters in the VFX pipeline. This process is often used for creating lifelike movements for CGI characters, such as creatures, robots, or even human characters that need to perform complex stunts. It ensures that the animated characters move in a realistic and believable way. Animation. Once models are ready and rigged, animators bring them to life. Animators works on everything from character walking, talking, or fighting to vehicles flying or objects moving. This department focuses on making those movements look natural and expressive, whether it's realistic or stylized animation. FX artists add dynamic elements like fire, water, smoke, explosion, or magic to a scene. These effects are often simulated using physics-based algorithms to ensure they behave realistically, like fire flickering or water splashing. FX artists also handle distortion effects like building crumblings or car crashing. Creating a mass crowd of people in a scene can be tricky, so VFX artists use crowd simulation software to generate hundreds or thousands of digital characters. These digital crowds are often used in the large battle scenes or city environments. Each character in the crowd is programmed with a basic behavior like walking, running, or reacting to events in the scenes. This makes it look like a crowd is full of individual people rather than just a mass of identical figures. Lighting artists ensure that the digital elements have realistic lighting that matches the scenes. They place virtual lights in the 3D environment to mimic the lighting conditions of the real footage, such as the direction of the sun or the glow from street lights. Once everything is lit, it's time to render the final images. Rendering is the process of turning all the 3D models, textures, and effects into final 2D images or frames. This process can take a lot of time and computing power because the computer needs to calculate every pixel, shadows, and reflection in each frame. Compositing is the final step where all the elements come together. This includes combining the live action footage with CGI, matte paintings, and effects into one seamless shots. Compositors works to make sure all the layers look natural and cohesive. They also color correct and add depth of field and adjust the lighting so that everything matches as if it was shot together on set. As you can see, the post-production phase is where all the magic happens. From cleaning up footage and adding backgrounds to creating and animating digital characters and effects. Every department works together to deliver the final polished shot. That's the power of VFX. So that's a quick overview of the departments in VFX. As you can see, it's a huge collaborative effort and every department plays a vital role in bringing those stunning visuals to life. If you enjoyed this breakdown, so don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more VFX content. See you in this next video.